Here at QA1, we manufacture suspension components and full vehicle solutions from everything from a street cruiser to a hot rod, muscle car, heck, even cars that race on the racetrack. But we designed and manufacture right here in Lakeville, Minnesota. QA1 is most known for, really from a suspension standpoint, shocks and coilovers are really the heart and soul of what we do. Our product line has expanded quite a bit as well, really focusing on full vehicle solutions, which include tubular components, sway bars, cross members, frame braces, things of that nature, really allowing people to get the most out of their car. When we started talking about designing and building a new website, we were faced with a few challenges. Our product line, when we originally designed our website, was far more simple. And as our product line grew, new components, variations, sub-levels of different products, our website had a lot of constraints that allowed us to really explain the product in a way that help the consumer understand what we could offer for them, but also it lacked a lot of automation abilities. Everything that we updated had to be done manually. Anytime we needed to do something from a content marketing point of view, it required dev help and dev support. And those are things that we were trying to find in a more modern backend. Here at QA1, we do not have a dedicated development person on staff. We really lean on our development partners to help us with different things. And with this project here, it was really nice teaming up with Classy Llama because they provided us a tremendous amount of support, not only on the design, but also for some of the post-launch activities that we've been doing over the past several months. From a growth standpoint, our product line went from several hundred SKUs to several thousand. And it wasn't necessarily the quantity of SKUs that really drove a lot of what brought us to the decision that a website was needed. It was more so the complexity of the product, right? So with suspension, one of the things that a lot of people need to choose is the types and variations that go into each of these kits. Some vehicles weigh more than others, so spring rate is a conversation. What type of valving you might need or other variations. And our old website just did not give us that flexibility to ask those key questions to our customers and allow them to select what's right for their driving style. One of the things with the new website was it really allowed us to think clean sheet when it came to taxonomy. That was really a big thing. And really, I think like many other companies, as you see growth, this is a pretty common challenge. And this new build out, we could really map out what those different experiences were, whether it's shop by product, shop by vehicle, or potentially shop by market or another solution. And what we did was really work through that as a team, Classy Llama providing support on that or asking some questions that really caused us to think about what we needed from that taxonomy. So now customers can move through our site very seamlessly and find the parts they need or the solutions they're trying to solve for their car, right? In terms of results for our customers, one of the things with QA1 is as a manufacturer, we're trying to provide best-in-class education, resources, and things that help them select a part number. Whether or not they choose to use that part number on our site or go explore it with one of a reseller that they work with or an installer nearby, that's their call. One of the things when we talk about kind of the user experience and what benefits we saw, it's important to recognize our focus is best-in-class education and helping people understand what solutions we can bring. And so that's something that has been super helpful for our tech service team, the people who are fielding a lot of the calls. They're able to more seamlessly help a customer find those things on the website so they can explore and learn about that better. We also, with our blog and different things, we've done a lot of internal linking and really helped tie resources at the SKU level, which has been huge for helping customers do deep dives when they want to learn more. Or if they don't, obviously, they know the resources are there for when they do. So that's been a big area of focus for us. Yeah, so one of the things with our customer service team, they are an absolute wealth of knowledge. And one of the things that we're really pushing on with our experience across the board, whether it's digital or whether it's through our team, is being that trusted advisor and how we help people with their build. And what I keep hearing from the tech service team is all of these wonderful resources we've built, these tutorials, these guides, technical deep dives into different subjects have been such a great asset because when someone calls, they have an opportunity to say, hey, let me share something with you we created on this subject. And then of course, within that piece, we do tie it back to the SKU level. So depending on what that customer wants to learn, they can do that deep dive on a product display page and potentially get that much closer to making a purchase decision. From an SEO standpoint, one of the big improvements that we saw is not only the improved taxonomy and what that provided us, but also the flexibility of creating different blog pieces that we had some restrictions on ourselves before that allowed us to share content with our media partners, to do different things and really strengthen the back end of the site and the backlinks that we have to drive more traffic from an organic standpoint. So one of the things that's been really interesting is with BigCommerce specifically, the back end, the analytics it has is far superior to what we had in the past. And of course we use GA4 and we use other tools to augment that. But one of the things that we found was it really helped us understand where our traffic is coming from, what people are doing on the site. Are they looking at product pages? Are they looking at resources? But we had so much information now that allows us to tailor that experience and give people that better customer journey, if you will. With our old back end for our old website was the analytics package was bare bones. I mean, outside of web sessions, there really wasn't a whole lot there that could help us as marketers do a better job to communicate the brand and the products to our customers. One of the things with BigCommerce that we found is not only can we see where the traffic is coming from, but also we can see where customers are getting hung up, right? We can understand, are they getting to a category page and then they're stopping? Are they getting down to a product page and bouncing around? That level of detail is helping us better fine-tune the content that you find on there, not necessarily specific to the platform, that's on us. But that's one of the things that we found such a great tool with BigCommerce. It helps us really make the customer feel good about what information they're getting. We also really strive for with this web project was automation. Everything from how we list products, how we update pricing, or bulk upload, maybe a product change or some type of impact on the SKU level. But also too, let's think about customer orders and different things of that nature. With this new website, we're able to automate many of the very manual processes we did before, and that was spread across a variety of teams. Our product teams, they were constantly updating pricing at the SKU level, believe it or not. Updating product information was done at the SKU level. We can do bulk uploads now, which saves tremendous time. Thinking about orders and updating shipping information and things of that nature, that can be done like that. And that's something that we have found to be a huge time saver across a variety of teams and a variety of departments. One of the things with the development process that, quite frankly was a bit frustrating, but self-inflicted at the same time, was a lot of the conversations that were prompted in the discovery phase probably pulled more of the wants out of us versus the needs, right? And that's really important as we start to scope out what we need that solution to be. We found ourselves having really awesome, very creative discussions about what if we built this and what if we had a widget that did that. When it came time to kind of bid that final phase of the project, not gonna lie, it was a bit of sticker shock. But Classy Llama did a great job at really distilling down what's a true need and what's a nice to have. And that's something that was great from a partnership standpoint. We could bring it back into scope, which we did, which was great, but also give us all that core functionality that really pushed us into developing this website in the first place. Again, those creative discussions, they're fun, they're awesome, I love them. But those wants, they come with a price tag sometimes. One of the things that we found really awesome about working with Classy Llama was the weekly team meetings and kind of the opportunities to sync up as a team. There was the high-level project management of how we're tracking on timelines and budget, but then the niche topics that were taking place on could be functionality, could be design, or various other things. But just the project management side of it helped us stay focused. We could see ahead to the next week, allocate resources to certain discussions, pull people in when they're needed. Others can sit out if the topic didn't pertain to them. But that was super helpful from a resource commitment to the project. One of the things we found really beneficial as we started working with Classy Llama was we came into the project with what we thought was a very detailed requirements doc, and by all means it was. However, Classy Llama did a terrific job asking some probing questions on topics we have never talked about as a company before. And that was huge for us. It really had us step back and think about the bigger picture on topics that, quite frankly, never came up before. And that was something that was great through some of that initial discovery. One of the challenges in this project that, quite frankly, we probably didn't anticipate enough was because of the automation and trying to connect multiple systems with one another, the ERP in our case being one of the major ones, relying on a lot of third-party support outside of QA1. And, that takes time. We have to coordinate teams, we have to coordinate bandwidth, make sure the teams are connecting in the ways that are productive to the conversation and what we're trying to accomplish. All in all, it probably ended up being a little bit more of an extended timetable for that area of the project than we anticipated. In the end, no big deal, but something that definitely we underestimated on the front end of the project. So looking back on the project, when it's all said and done, and quite frankly, websites are never done. They're constantly something that we're going to be evolving and changing. But the new taxonomy, the customer experience we can provide through different education or maybe trying to understand more about a product, that's been fantastic. The automation, I can't speak more highly to the automation we have built in terms of how data flows in, how data flows out, and just the time-saving element that we have on that front. The improved SEO, the improved analytics package helps us make better decisions going forward. And it's just been, we're just scratching the surface of what we're capable of doing with this website.